Hi, I'm Chrissy. Welcome to Trade Buzz. I'm here with Jamie. Today we'll be talking about export license determination process. Jamie, what is export license determination and what factors are involved?
Well, export license is the determination of whether a license is required for a particular export transaction. So if you're getting ready to send a product abroad, again, if that product is controlled by the federal government, there may be license requirements on sending it out, or there might be a license exception. But with that in mind, you definitely want to go through that review of the product, where it's going, or where it's going to be used. And based off of the combination of the export control classification number, or ACCN, and the country it's going to, that helps us decide, is a license required for that particular transaction.
And why is license determination often inconsistent across organizations?
Well, what happens is that you get different interpretations. So, some of this can link back to the ECCN. If someone doesn't apply the correct ECCN to the product, the license determination will be a challenge. And then there's also, again, a lot of license exceptions. The government does apply under the EAR plenty of exceptions, and even under ITAR as well, where there might be an exception or an exemption for that particular product. And so someone might misinterpret that as well. So there are challenges in that regards, and it's also just, different teams may be transacting versus the people that are actually doing the license determination. And sometimes what companies also do is this product always goes out without a license. And so they'll maybe put a little cheat sheet up that says this one doesn't require, and they go off of that instead of following the standard process. So there can be a lot of risks and a lot of challenges with that event. But again, it comes back to making sure that you're following the process.
Absolutely. And what helps companies make a more consistent and defensible licensing decisions?
It is making sure you're going to have the process. And I go over this over and over again, I feel like, but it's documented processes and procedures within your organization to make sure everyone knows exactly what steps need to be followed, making sure that the right people are reviewing that license requirement. This isn't just your shipping guy in the corner that's having to make this determination, but it's someone with that compliance knowledge that can look at that transaction, figure out what needs to be done, and following through with that process. There is really, I feel, a real need for automation in this place. And this is where that really becomes important, is that the automation helps because if you assign the correct ECCN, you know where the product's going to, the system can go in and look at that and say, yep, a license required or not for this particular transaction. It takes a lot of the guessing away and keeps a more consistent process. And if an exception can be applied, someone can go and apply that exception or take care of that license if it's necessary. But I think really at the end of the day, I would be challenged to see how companies, particularly those with more controlled commodities, could really manage this without some sort of automated solution.
Thank you, Jamie, for sharing those insights. I do appreciate it. And thank you for joining Trade Buzz.
Thank you. And stay vigilant.